you know, making without being a trader, what ways are there to make a living in the crypto industry? Without trading, brother, without trading. Well, without trading, you cannot do much except investing or creating content. You can start creating content, for example, on YouTube or making videos, educational content. But that's a long, yeah, how should I say? That's a long way. It's not profitable in the first years until you have a big following. It's a lot of work, brother. Other than that, investing and working for projects as, for example, admin or, content creator. Well, brother, when you have a, a service like this where you take um, oh, a service like this, and if you want to make it right with taxes and everything, you need a company. So that's why we launched the company, and the company is based in Dubai because in Germany the tax is a bit too much for this. And my plan was to move to Turkey and also, uh, Dubai 2 years ago. But it's a long story, brother. It's some things changed, and at the moment I am considering I don't want to go to Dubai anymore. So that changed. But still, I had to extend the license of the company until I can make another option. I am considering to move the company to Turkey or to give the ownership to someone in Dubai. But yeah, at the moment I had to extend it. The license was expiring in this February. The last time I was here in Dubai, it was for my visa. I have to check in Dubai each 6 months for my Dubai ID visa, my Emirates ID. That's why I was here in November, brother, for 2 days or so. But I didn't check the company license. If I had seen it back then in November, I would have done it back then while I was here already. But I didn't know it that the license was expiring. So I was busy 2 months ago as well, like in November. So I didn't see that. So that's why I had to come again urgently. I came here yesterday and hopefully Thursday I can go back. I'm just waiting for the medical test and so on. You have to be there. You can't do it from home. No, brother, I had to come here and make a medical test. So here is a place when you have a company, you have to make a medical test and then it gets approved. Yeah, it's like that. So I had to be here. I had to come here, brother. If it wasn't like that, I wouldn't have come. So I don't like this place actually. I never stay here more than 1 or 2 days, but this time I have to stay like 4 days until it's finished, until my manager finishes that and he tell me, Muro, you can go. I will immediately come back. Guys, another thing. I have been inactive since a long time now. First of all, because of the new baby, and secondly, now uh, this unplanned thing came. So this is why I urgently had to travel. I know that the quality of the group has decreased because I wasn't active. Actually, it is my group. You came to the group because of me. I apologize from all of you guys for the past 2 or 3 weeks where I wasn't active. And I promise, inshallah, next week. So I will return home actually this Friday. But I promise you, starting next week, I will be fully committed and hopefully fix everything as good as I can. Be active from the morning until the evening and fully commit for the group and share live trades with you and all of that. I promise you that. So I will make up for the last few weeks, okay? Inshallah. And thank you for the patience that you had. I know a group like this is not working properly without the actual person who is the front man of the group. So sorry for that, and thank you for the patience. Inshallah, next week we will start immediately on Monday. We will start an educational class about the basics of TA and about the about all of the stuff. I made a plan, guys. I have made a plan. So for example, I have on YouTube on X in 2023 when I traded Bitcoin, what I did was I made reviews of my trades. I want to go over them and explain my reasoning for all of the trades because my success rate at that time, because I was trading very actively, was very high. I want to go back to the trades and explain you all of the reasonings because when I look at the trades, then I can remember, what was the reason why I took that trade. Just like these ones here, guys. This was the last idea that I had shared before I went to Dubai, as you know, some days ago. Bitcoin was going up here, and I said, I want to actually, my last stream, I said here 71, right? I want to short there. Well, price did not exactly touch it, did not touch 71, but it came close, right? So this level was not bad, but I missed it, guys. My ask order was at 71 and then a bit higher, 71 500, 72. I had stacked orders there. None of them hit because, yeah, missed by like $100, I think, right? Yeah. So I missed the short. Idea was correct. It rejected there. Then it came down to this level that I had marked. And today, what happened? It bounced exactly there. Nice bounce from 66.6, exactly the level that I had here marked, 6666. Also in the last stream, I mentioned that number, if you remember, 66666. Let me check here. Today, what was the low? One moment. 666, 665. Okay. Anyways, price bounced nicely from there. So what do we have, Is this a reversal? Well, I have just opened the chart. I have to check, guys. First of all, we can draw a trend here. Okay, let me remove these ones. A trend like this. And you can draw trend lines in two ways, as you know, from the wick and from the bodies. Both is valid. Both is valid, guys. You can also draw from the bodies. The thing is, what makes most sense is when drawing a trend line is to draw them where most of the price action has happened. And where is that? It is here, right? So we had here, here, and here rejection, then here rejection, and again here. So most of the price action took place here. So regardless if you draw a diagonal resistance or if you draw a horizontal resistance line, fam, what makes most sense is to draw them where most of the price action has taken place. For example, if you want to draw one here, guys, you draw it like this. Most of the PA took place here at this, not here, because you only have one touch there. Most of it took place here. 1, 2, 3, actually here, first one, and then here, a lot of touches, right? So this is how you draw lines, resistance lines, regardless if horizontal ones or diagonal ones. You get what I mean? And yeah, for the more accurate stuff, then you have to use supply and demand theory. So this is why I took this level not from here. I said Bitcoin will likely reverse from this level, as you know, from the 71 level. That's why I took this one. This is supply and demand, guys. I will explain you all of this stuff as well, why I took it from here. But even here, it didn't touch it perfectly. So if you had tried to short from here, it wouldn't have worked anyway from the high. But regardless of that, this is the best way to draw lines where most of the price action has taken place. So what can we say here? Well, we have a good indicator here to determine if the price will likely go up or not. So a breakout here would obviously be good, right? So we have to watch that. For now, it's getting rejected at the diagonal, guys. Is that clear? For now, it's getting rejected at the diagonal. Thing is, you would had to long here, so you can try and hold. If you had long here, you could have maybe taken partly profits and then hold. Hold the rest and try. Raise stop to break even. Then if it comes down to your entry again, you stop without any loss. But at least you know you have tried it. That's how it's done. This is how I trade. When I actively trade, that's how I do it. I long here at the level, and then I take some off, and then wait, because now I have the yeah, I can hold it without any risk because the stop is raised to my entry. I have no risk. I can hold it. That's the best way to do it. So then we could have held the position, guys. I don't know if anyone bought here, but if you did, then you can raise your stop to your entry, then wait for the breakout. What can happen is, obviously, it can still come down and make something like this. That can happen. Then you would have to relong. If it does something like this, then you can watch it in a smaller time frame and relong here with a stop below here if it comes down, in case it does that. But at least now, if you had done this, you could hold without any risk, right? Is that clear? So any coins you want me to look at? You are long with EIB, nice. I really am proud of her in being in the group. One of the main characters here. Wave. Also, guys, we have a lot of traders here, right? I think it's a bit too much. So I am thinking to make a core team, like the main traders, a core team, and another section for contributors. What do you think? Because we have too many traders here, and especially the new members. If they join the group and then copy all of them, you can imagine what happens, right? They take maybe one losing trade here, then another losing trade here, a bad day, then they have a big losing streak because of that. So I am thinking to reduce this group, this core trader group, to a small one. Let me know what you think about that, and then make another section for the contributors, support traders. I think that would be more. Exo trades are impossible to follow. Yeah, he's a scalper. He's scalping low time frame, brother, but actually he has a high success rate, in my opinion. Especially like some weeks ago, he was sharing less trades. But you are right, he's sharing quick trades. So you have to be fast with Exo. Even if he executed in profit, most of the time it will fail for us because he's fast, right? Exo is a really good trader, brother. But as you said, he's taking quick trades. So he's waiting most of the times until he has a scalp trade. Yeah, also for him it's hard to update. Yeah. But most of the time he's sharing trades in advance, actually. He's sharing them beforehand. Because those trades are scalps, they happen very fast, right? It touches his entry, then immediately pushes up. So how fast shall he update? Sometimes he cannot update fast enough. That's right. Exactly because of that, Sasha. I want to do something like that with the core team of the main traders, like Wave, EAB, me, and then our other traders, section for them. And then maybe I can retweet their trades if I like them, or not tweet. Guys, I'm so damaged from Twitter all the years. I am saying tweet. I mean, share their trades here on Discord. You know what I mean? If I like anyone's trade, I can post it, for example, on my and saying that I am taking this trade from EIB guys or from EXO and so on. Yeah, exactly like that. So I want to bring back the quality, guys. Really, I will commit myself for that. And thank you for the patience the past few weeks, guys. Really, I want to make a quality project here, quality product because it's a paid product. I'm not really not comfortable to uh yeah, the current situation. I'm not comfortable with that, just to let you know. I know our traders are doing their best, and I'm really happy that we have them, that they are keeping it running, although I wasn't active, but this is not how it can continue. So next week, as I said, as I promised, I will be fully here, promise guys. And we will make those small changes, inshallah. Also, I am fasting, so I have nothing else to do, guys. I will be hungry, which is good. I will be hungry and fully focused. Malik knows when you are fasting, then your focus is fully there. You are in the fight and flight mode. When your focus is bam, you have the tunnel view. So that will be nice, inshallah. I will be fasting and actively trading with you guys. And also, the prop firm is launching next week, inshallah. That's the news I got today from my friend. I have done everything. It is almost ready to launch. Next week, he said they are starting. So those of you who couldn't join to the prop firm, size prop, next week it will be ready. And I will also start one account then there. I don't want a promoted account from them. I will try with you guys to make it to pass the test and so on. How's it going, Sasha? Did you get liquidated already on the account? It's difficult. It can happen very fast. Drawdown? Ah, shit, bro. It's difficult, right? But are you breached? Is it like liquidated already? Or you still have a chance? I think it's called breach, right? When your account is like liquidated, it's called breach on the prop firms. Sorry to hear. Ah, okay. Okay, brother. The higher time frame here real quick. What did I say? I said that it can go up to 80K in case it goes up. Yeah, that would be also perfectly in confluence here with the diagonal. I didn't check this. I just now see this. I didn't check it when I was drawing it. I only checked this horizontal level, guys. And now I see it's also in confluence with the diagonal. Interesting. So I think this is possible that Bitcoin, in case it breaks out here, because people are expecting it to come down, because that's what it obviously looks like. It looks like it will come down for, yeah, to fill this wick here. That's how it looks on the higher time frame, especially. If I look at it like this, I would say, well, it's going to come down here. That's how it looks. But that's exactly why it probably punishes those shorts, those late shorts, and then make a short squeeze even maybe up to this resistance, which is 80K. Yeah, near 80K. I mean 79K. Let's say 79. And I just now saw that it's in confluence with the diagonal here as well. And this will then be next week when I am back, or this next weekend when we break out here. It can happen fast actually, because this move here was very slow and this down move also very slow. So maybe that up move can be fast. It might be happen very fast. It might happen fast. So maybe as soon as it breaks out here, it can really, really fast up to there, guys, leaving people behind. So actually, it makes sense to try to not miss this long here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shows this level, by the way, because we had a low here, and then that low got swept here. And if there was accumulation, it should have happened here, guys. So this is a demand zone, so-called demand zone. And we draw demand zones with this zone, with this rectangle here, right? This is a so-called demand zone. A drop base rally, and then a rally base rally. This is a rally base rally. But on the high time frame, it can also be a drop base rally. I consider this a strong, potentially a strong demand zone because of what I just said. A low got swept there. A lot of sell orders came in. A lot of people thought, okay, it's going down, selling here because expecting it to go down to that week. All of those sell orders are being consumed by the big guys then. In that case, this is becoming a strong zone here. That's why it's potentially a strong demand zone because there's a chance that some big guys bought big here, guys. And if they did that, they will defend that zone until they can take profit. They already took profit here, obviously. This is profit taking. But it might only be to add to their position. They might add now here where they initially bought. And then because people are shorting again here, they use that, then fuel the price up. What then happens? These shorts that get stopped, guys, you know what that is? When shorts get stopped here, also are buy orders. Buy orders. Stopped out shorts are buy orders because what do people do if their shorts gets closed? They buy. That's buying. Closing a short is the same as buying. So that's why the price would shoot up in case the shorts here get stopped. Price will shoot up. And also those who shorted here at the highs, they will also get stopped then. Shorts who are from here above, the smart shorts, let me call them smart shorts, guys, from the high. Okay. So the smart traders who shorted here, they have their stops also above here. So what can happen is if the price goes up and those guys get stopped, then buy orders. That's buy orders. That's where these guys can take profit. They have all the buy liquidity. They can take profit from their long stand. This can come up to here then. First resistance. First major supply zone here. So yeah, that's what I see right now. I didn't think about it too much, but just by looking at it now, guys, this is what I see. Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's the same that I had drawn actually some days ago. The idea that the price could push up to there. Maybe a bit lower. If it takes more time, it might come a bit lower. But we will see that then at that time. Inshallah, Zasha. Inshallah. It's like I will check tomorrow morning when I wake up here. Guys, you know what? My cousin came with me this time. I didn't want to go alone to Dubai because I have to stay here 4 days. So I took my cousin from Turkey, from Istanbul. I invited him, and he's staying with me here at the apartment. Thanks to him, I'm not alone. We are chilling here, smoking cigarettes at the balcony with a nice view, and chatting, talking, uh, yeah, eating together, and so on. He's a chill guy. Right now, he's at the balcony smoking a cigar. He's my favorite cousin, by the way. He's 5 years younger than me, and really happy that he, yeah, came with me. We are going to bed in like 1 hour. We are going to bed. After the stream, I will go sleep, guys. And tomorrow morning, I will check here what happened. If we got a lower entry or if a breakout happened. And in that case, guys, by the way, the trade is valid that I had shared with this entry and with the stop below here. That is still valid. So if you get any move down to here, guys, you can enter, you can buy with a stop below 65. If any the price moves down to here into this demand zone. Yeah, you said you are actually long with EAB. That's good. Okay. Any move down to here can be relonged and try it again. Don't be scared if the price comes down here because it's a valid trade. Okay. And tomorrow morning, first thing, I will check the chart and then when I see an opportunity, I will share it. So let's check some charts for the altcoins before I end the stream. Uh, some hyped coins. Yeah, let's check hype. It stopped at break even. The last trade that I shared stopped at break even after it went up like 1 hour. We took some off, half off, but it came back. It swept that previous low. Bullish divergence on the H4 time frame. Alleged bullish divergence. Probably on EMA as well. EMA 200. Yep. SMA 200 confluence 2. Yeah. So hype is also still valid. Stop below. Yeah. That's, I would say below that. Low. So let's see, maybe it sweeps this low here, this recent low. It might sweep that. It might wick down here like this, you know. It might wick to sweep this low, but not this one. So you can place the stop below here, guys, on hype, if you want to try it. I will do that. I will try it because it's a legit trade. And now, actually, it has probably shaken off a lot of people. Many gave up already because they tried to buy and long all the time, and it went sideways for many days now. Maybe it's now ready, actually. It makes sense. With Bitcoin looking bearish, you always have to think like that, guys. Market is looking bearish. People are expecting Bitcoin to go down, right? So this might be the time where it actually starts to move. Do you agree with that approach? Yes, guys. Scale in this coin here. Scale in hype from here down to 28. Put a stop below 28, guys. Yeah. That's 5% stop from here. And then you scale in. Maybe you go half slice here, guys. And then if the price wicks down to sweep that recent low, then you add another. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can try this. An additional trade for your Bitcoin long that you have. MNT. Bro, my MNT long is still running. I checked my Bybit app. I am still long on it. It didn't stop because my stop raised where it was raised to break even, which was 61. It didn't came down, right? To 61. I mean, I checked my Bybit app where I have my trades open and I saw hype got stopped, but this one is still running. It's active. It was like in profit. So, yeah, let me check. I mean, we have taken most off actually already. So then maybe we can, if this still looks good, we can add some again. Let me check. Got rejected at supply. Here is where people try to board. Then they pushed it down. This is a supply zone here. Yeah. From here all the way down to that low. That's the supply zone. That's why I rejected. And let me quickly see. This is this is demand. This is difficult, Malik, because it can sweep the low. I mean, there's a chance that it sweeps this low. And the reasonable stop that I would use for this is still below. Yeah, it's still below here. Mm, let's say it gets rejected, comes down, sweeps that low. Bro, if it goes near our initial entry, then I would try it with the same stop below 60. But for now, there's a chance that it gets rejected. I mean, it can go up. I'm not ruling that out that it goes up from here because it made a low, retested that low. It can bounce, but also it would not be invalidated if it comes down here. It could still go up. You know what I mean? Because a move down here and sweep off here would not be an invalidation. That's the problem. That's why I cannot use a stop like this, brother. This would be stupid because then you get stopped and it moves up. Reasonable stop is still below that 60. And yeah, you would have to take the trade small size like this if you want to try. But the problem is then this is resistance, still resistance. So it's not a high reward trade. No, brother Malik. This trade was interesting here when I saw the volume pushing in, but here, already profits had been taken. And also another problem is that we did enter this trade. So yeah, no, brother. I don't like this. Let's see. 20. Yeah. Will I move my SL to the original SL from break even? Question. Moment. Original SL was below that 60. And now it's at break even. Now it's at break even. Mm. No, brother, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Keep it at break even because here's resistance. So what I'm trying to say is it can also go down, brother Malik. So it's not a high probability trade. I'm not saying that it will guaranteedly go up here. It can go up, but I don't have much confidence on this one because call rejected here. It can also now go down, brother. I don't know anything about this coin either. It's a newly listed coin. As you know, newly listed coins can do anything. So, oh wow, this is not so new. I thought this one is a new one. It's not. It's 2 years old already. Brother, the thing is, it got rejected at resistance, and now I cannot be confident. It was worth a try here when I saw the volume. That's why I shared this. But until it reclaims here this resistance, I'm not interested actually in this coin. So keep your stop at your break even, brother. Yeah, keep it break even. No need to take a loss on that one. It's not a high probability trade. Testing here. Yeah, it's really looking interesting. Good pattern. Sasha, you have become really good, brother. Honestly, you learned a lot. You have a good eye now, right now, for good patterns, brother. Yes, this is a nice one. Worth a try. Look, this is the diagonal resistance where most of the price action took place and it broke out, it retested, it is consolidating a bit. But yes, on the high time frame, it's on the EMA, I mean SMA 100, which is good for altcoins. As I told you, SMA 100 is really good for altcoins. It bounced there. So we had like three lows here. It broke out, retested. What should I say? Nice catch, Sasha. This one is worth a try. So let me quickly check for an entry. Obviously, this would have been a good entry here, but we missed that. Stop should be above this. Let me zoom in. Stop has to be above this level here. Actually, this, but, but to be more safe, one moment, let me clean it up. This is how you place your stop, brother Cook. We had high, another high, and then it didn't get rejected there. It broke out. So this is where, look, this is the resistance that has been broken. It retested that resistance and pushed, right? So actually, the stop can be here, but what I like to do is to make it more safe to bring it down to the first low, because sometimes it can happen that it still wicks down. So this is where I would put my stop for this one. And right now we see that it's a wide stop, right? Yeah, that's the problem. If we had taken it from here, the stop would have been nice. It would have been a 4% stop. Zasha. This is why it's good to be active and monitor these things. Look, if you had long the retest here, the first one, Zasha, this was the breakout, the retest. If you had longed it here and not take profits, it would have round trip, even sweep that one. Then those who bought here, again, kept holding it, hoping it would this time go up, but it came down again, swept again. So this is really nasty what's happening here, brother. Really, so imagine buying here and then round tripping, buying here and then round tripping. This is exactly what needs to happen. Shake off people, shake off longs for a coin in order to go actually up at some point. And maybe this was it. This was the entry here. Another move down is less likely, but yeah, we missed a good entry, brother. We missed a good entry here. Now, if it comes down again, you can try it like this. Yeah, you can try. This is a legit trade this way. You never know, brother. It can still do it one more time. That would be really nasty. And the next resistance is obviously here. You draw a horizontal from this low here, brother. You know, look here, it bounced here, and that has become resistance. You see this? Most of the price action took place. The same thing that I explained at the beginning. We draw the resistance where most of the price action took place. It came down here, bounced. This support turned to resistance. Got rejected, rejected, and now that one is the next resistance. Obvious, easy. This was the best entry today. So if you had asked me, for example, this morning, but I wasn't active, sadly, I would have told you the same. I would have said, brother, try if it comes down to this low, then we can try. That's what I would have said, obviously. But we have missed it, Zasha. Now I can only say the same thing. If this comes down again, and right now it is actually rejecting. So what you can try is this 0.75 at least. One moment. Yes, you can also use that for things like this. The 75 level is here. Here, you see this? Because we have the low here, then the up move, and right now it's coming down. Maybe it will bounce here at 160 at the 0.618 Fibonacci, or maybe at the 0.75. That's when it front run, does a front run. That can happen. I have been on two planes yesterday because I first flew to Istanbul to pick up my cousin and then flew from Istanbul to Dubai. I was like 10 hours in some, or more, even 12 hours at airport and plane in some, my whole day. And then I realized it was a dumb move. It was stupid. I could have come here to Dubai straight from Germany, and my cousin could have come from Istanbul. We could have meet here. I would have picked him up from the airport. I don't know why I did it like that. Why I went to Istanbul first, but I will never do that again, guys. Two flights, so uh, tiresome. It was really tiresome. Yeah, my legs hurting and so on. I have back pain right now. Can you imagine? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to say how tired I am actually. So yes, Zasha. And in this way, if you try the Fibonacci 0.75, at least you have a stop that is not that wide. It's not as good as this one, not 4%, but at least 6%. So it's doable. You can use 10x leverage. And yeah, it's gone, bro. Never heard. Gone. Is it new one? Listed last year. Okay, so this is the support. Support, breakdown from support, resistance, break above, resistance, retest, retest. Bouncing on support. It's bouncing on support. Yeah. Mm, let's check the trend. SMA 100. Currently SMA 50 resistance. Yeah, it's a bit cluster fucked. Sometimes the coin is fucked, the trend. It's between support and resistance. That's not ideal. So here, this is support, the SMA 100, 200, but then we have resistance here, the SMA 50. What does that mean? It means it can still go a bit more sideways, brother. Can go up to here and then come down again. That's what it means. So it's not actually really ready. will likely get rejected here. Probably retest again. Remind me again, brother, about this coin. It's looking interesting because it's on the high time frame, it's bouncing on support, currently facing resistance here. EMA and SMA wise, that's the supply zone, by the way. The the moving averages are only for confluence. They are supporting our price action, and we have a supply zone there, this one here, because price went lower from there, made a new low, and right now price came into that potential resistance, which is also on the H4 time frame. It's also the EMA 200. So it can happen that it rejects and retests the lows here again around 21. Um, one moment. I will make an alert for this coin. Once per minute. I have made an alert. So when the price comes down here, I will look at it again, brother. Uh, oh, you are long already. Depends on your entry. If you did buy from the low, then I would hold it. Because, yeah, it likely rejects, brother, but you never know. I cannot guarantee that. It might break that resistance as well. It can happen. Although I think most likely it will retest again. But if I had bought it here at the low, brother, then I would try with stop at break even. Just like I told you with hype, or with Bitcoin. If you buy the price at the lowest possible, best possible value here, then you have the, yes, yes, brother, you can hold with stop at break even. But if you are in profit, if you want to take it, decide yourself. I'm not saying it will guaranteed rejected. I'm just saying likely, high likely. I would say it does get rejected and retest the year at the low. But as you know, TA, nothing is guaranteed. 22 was the entry. So you're up almost 10%, right? That's a nice profit. Honestly, bro, personally, I would take it. Or maybe take at least half or so. Keep a small bag because you know why? That's also good if you keep a small bag because when you buy again, it gives you a better average entry. So, for example, if you buy a bit higher here, it gives you a better average entry. For example, yeah, this is not the best example right now. But sometimes, for example, if you have bought from the low and then price goes up and does not retest the low, but only comes close to it, then that small position that you have will give you a good average entry, like not here, a bit lower. I will explain you that another time, guys. What I mean. Good, brother, good. Then you can hold with stop at break even. And then when it comes down to here, you can try again with a stop below, yeah, below the 2 here, below 0.2. Actually, below 19 would be better, but have to decide in the smaller time frame. Yeah, let's draw a reverse triangle, diagonal resistance from reverse. This is what I mean. You can draw from here, from the latest price to the top also when you draw a diagonal. You don't always have to start from here. But yeah, moment. Watch, brother, as I said, it's at resistance. Okay, that's all I can say for now. Can go slightly higher up to the CMA 200 on top to the supply zone. Then maybe sideways until it hits that diagonal here and then reject. But looks like it could reject. Obviously, when it breaks out above this diagonal resistance, then it's a good chance that it goes higher, but it will likely happen lower, brother, here somewhere. You get what I mean? Let me clean it a bit up. So here's the diagonal resistance. If you see it break above this resistance that I had drawn, then okay, it's likely that it goes up. But as I said, I think it is more likely that it gets rejected first and then break out later. But I cannot guarantee that. So keep an eye at this diagonal. Another one was, and just share the hype setup. Bro, I also shared the hype setup during the stream. I shared a hype setup. I said you can buy it here you know, down to 28. Yeah, nice, confluence. Exactly. Let me check it. Yep. Yeah, as I said, exactly. Exactly what I said. I said it can sweep the recent low. No guarantee, but it can. And if it does, I said it probably does not sweep the previous one, the previous low. So a stop below 28 makes sense. And he also has the 28. I would place it a bit lower to 28 exactly. But yeah, this is exactly what I said. I said also maybe if you don't want to miss, in case it does not give this entry, you can scale in here half size. That's what you have to decide. This is obviously the better entry, a sweep of this low here, like he has drawn. This would be ideal. So yeah, this is exactly what I said, Malik. Uh, Aptos. Is he still in the chat? So, also, where is Aptos listed? APT, uh-huh. Oh, retest. So far, it's a three tap, potentially a bottom. Looks like a bottom, potentially a bottom. Uh, Formation. Uh, Potentially accumulation happening here. One buy, obvious buy here, another buy here, which was a sweep of that. Here is where it's getting rejected all the time. Brother, so there is no sign of a real reversal yet. There's not a big. One moment. Bullish engulfing. Retest. It's always difficult with bottoms, you know. This is a like he's asking me if this is the bottom. That's not an easy question, but we have a formation, definitely. We have a three tap formation. So, as oh brother, yes, this is a potentially a bottom formation because an accumulation is looking like this. The only problem is that what can happen is that they still sweep it one more time, but sometimes it does not happen. So this is a legit accumulation pattern because here a big buy happened, which you see from the wick, obviously, and price came down. Someone bought big, then bought again, and price retested that, and now again, again, again. So yes, this is a legit attempt. You can try here. Actually, stop can be below here, which is 1%, brother. Very, very tight. If you want to try it like this, I would not make an unnecessary tight stop like that because, as I said, it can stop. So, what is a big round number? Like 87.5 is a big round number. You can put it here, 87.5. The next one would be 86.5. You know, we have to consider the leverage also. Because if you try to buy here with 100x leverage, so that one would get stopped, liquidated if the price comes down 1%. So here it would get liquidated. So then here a 50x leverage would get liquidated. Here a 5x leverage and so on. One moment. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, this is a reasonable stop in my opinion. Below the round number 85, which is a 5% stop. And then this move here is very likely. This move up is very likely, which is the 2-hour trade. And then if it breaks out here from this diagonal resistance, once you have that bottom entry, you can try and hold it, obviously. Yeah. I'm not saying this is the bottom, but potentially it could be, brother. It can still take time. It can still go sideways, still get rejected here at this resistance, still retest one more time, then break out. And even after the breakout, it can still retest. We cannot predict such things with TA. That's sadly not possible. But potentially, this is where the bottom could be because we have three reactions at that price, buying reactions. Looks like accumulation. Okay, fam, I am ending the stream because it's late here. It's actually almost 1 p.m. here. It's 1 p.m. A.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. In Germany, where I usually am, it's 10 a.m. So crazy, 3 hours difference. Wish you guys a good night. See you next week. Actually, this weekend, but next week, hopefully, fully active. And take care, guys. Do not take risky trades. Market will be easier. Uh, Definitely, it will be easier because it has been shit the past few months. We had the worst downtrend in crypto history, as I told you guys. It is very normal that the trades have been difficult and shitty because look at the past few weeks, and it is normal. So it has nothing to do with that the price action changed or that the market became more difficult. No, guys, we just had the worst downtrend in crypto history. So the last downtrend like this was here in 2021, but it was even better because we had more rallies at least. Now look at this. Since September, October actually, market went down only here a bit sideways and down only again. So it was really difficult. It can only be better, guys. Even if we go sideways here, that's easier to trade than this downtrend. Okay? Good night. Love you guys. Thank you. Take care. See you. Bye bye.